service provider support, a big thing we've been talking about now for a few years that many are not aware of, is this idea of there's a few different ways that your provider can register you or how you should go about registration, particularly if you're what's called an ISV or a software platform that offers texting campaigns to multiple businesses for them to communicate with their customers. There are two ways to go about registration, and one of the ways is the right way, and one of the ways is just fundamentally off, and that is reseller versus campaign service provider. If you are a platform that supports multiple brands and multiple brands use your software to text their customers, you must be going directly to the campaign registry itself to register your campaigns for a whole multitude of reasons, just at a high level here. One is if you don't do this, meaning you give your customers information to your current provider and they go about that registration, while that may sound enticing from a simplistic perspective, which actually it's not, but while it might sound like that, they take full ownership of your brands, of their information, and you also have a lack of visibility into that as well. Additionally, and again, this is now completely, unfortunately, misleading, but the campaign registry just launched last week a campaign migration tool that is for CSPs and above only. It is not for reseller models. So just for anyone here that's listening, if you haven't gone to the registry directly yourself yet, and that's how you're going about creating brands and campaigns and doing vetting, and rather giving your customers EIN numbers to your messaging provider, who should be your connectivity partner, not your CSP, you should be your own CSP, means you are a reseller. That tool will do you no good if you ever wanted to switch providers. It will do you no good if you wanted to multi-thread with multiple providers. You'll have to go about that registration process all over again. Versus being a CSP, there is now actually a tool that the campaign registry has launched that allows you as a CSP to change providers of a campaign without having to create a net new campaign, a net new brand, and go through net new vetting. And that can be not only a tremendous headache, that can cost you literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. And again, let alone the visibility that you get if your provider is operating as your CSP for you. You submit a campaign, you have no idea on its status, what's happened, why it was rejected. You have to be reliant on them to tell you why, which many times can be inaccurate. Sometimes campaigns may not even be processed in the first place. So one of the ways Telgorithm is different, as a prerequisite to using Telgorithm, we require all of our customers to actually be CSPs. There is no benefit to Telgorithm. This is a benefit to you, the customer. If anything, you could argue it's not a benefit to Telgorithm because it makes it easier for you to switch away from Telgorithm if you ever so wanted to do that. We are in this to provide the true, transparent, right service, which we believe, as crazy as that might sound, helps everyone in the ecosystem and their bottom line. As we already touched on 10 DLC registration guidelines, we offer a queuing system, which I'll talk about in a second. That's crucial. And we have strong relationships, not only with the campaign registry. As I mentioned, we've already hosted their leadership twice. You don't see many other partners or any other providers out there with letting alone to have any information from them, let alone have them on a webinar to share information with them publicly. We've done so twice. We've also done it with the largest DCA in North America. And stay tuned for Net Number. We plan on having potentially someone from that in the future as well. So we are partnered with all the main players in this ecosystem to provide you with the right advice, the right technology, so that you are truly successful in A2P 10LC. Again, this is not just a tagline. This is something that is truly our mission to do that. So again, these are just some ways that we are uniquely different than what else is out there. We also are not a master of all trades, king of nothing. This is something we've dedicated ourselves to, A2P 10LC. This is our niche, and this is where we are experts in, and you will not get this service at this level anywhere else, but simply because we are maniacally focused on this area and have been doing so for a while now. Let's